Cruise news, left out while cruising. One cruise line is taking actions to help one population segment better connect while on a cruise. I'm going to get you the information on that. Plus, in the cruise industry, there are new fees, innovations, and warnings to be aware of. I'm going to get you the top 10 cruise news updates to get you fully up to speed, and I'm going to get you the information fast. Coming up. Welcome to the Travel Scouts. My name is Jason and we are your cruise information channel. We get you the cruise news and information you're looking for quickly without wasting your time. So if you love cruising, consider subscribing. Let's go ahead and kick things off with number 1. The CDC has announced a sickness outbreak on board the current sailing of the 𝗂𝗲𝗃𝗃 cruise ship. The 𝗂𝗲𝗃𝗃 is currently on a 32-day sailing in the Pacific based out of Los Angeles, California. And the cruise ship has reported that 94 passengers and 20 crew members have contracted the illness. The predominant symptoms include diarrhea and vomiting, and the causative agent was determined to be norovirus. In response, the cruise ship has increased their cleaning and disinfection in accordance with their outbreak prevention and response plan. Number 2, Royal Caribbean has provided a big commitment to 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃. 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃 is seeking approval for a $137 million project to replace its dock and add a new cruise ship terminal. Royal Caribbean Group is backing the plan by providing an unusual 30-year commitment to serve as an anchor tenant for the port. In this role, Royal Caribbean is committing to bring 140,000 passengers to the port every year. This is more than double what they brought in 2023. Do note that Seward is much further north than other Alaska ports such as Juneau, Sitka, Ketchikan, and Skagway. So the impact this will have on the average Royal Caribbean Alaska cruise itinerary will be interesting to see. If funding is approved, the project is expected to be completed before the 2026 cruise season. Moving on to number 3, a cruise passenger has been arrested in Grand Turk on ammo charges. Last week we reported how an individual went on vacation to Turks and Caicos and they used a backpack as their carry-on that they had previously used on a hunting trip. The backpack had a small baggie with ammunition in it and the baggie was discovered at a security checkpoint. The man was arrested and is now facing a minimum 12-year prison sentence. Turks and Caicos has very tough rules regarding guns and ammunition, and the same thing has now happened to a cruise passenger. This 32-year-old man from Virginia was on a cruise to Grand Turk. He was a passenger on board the Carnival Sunrise cruise ship. While going through a security checkpoint, it was discovered that he had 2 9mm rounds in his possession. He too is now facing a minimum 12-year prison sentence. It is possible for a judge to reduce the prison sentence based upon the circumstance. So we shall see what happens. Then for those of us that fly to our cruise embarkation ports, number 4, data has been released revealing which airlines are most likely to have delays and cancellations. The worst airline in the US for timeliness is Frontier Airlines. 30.7% of their flights are delayed or canceled. JetBlue was a close second at 30.4%. And Spirit Airlines was number 3 with 28.5% of their flights being delayed or canceled. Now, if you are looking for dependability, Delta Airlines had the highest on-time percentage. 83.9% of all Delta flights are executed without delay. Just one element to consider when you are booking your flight. Next, number 5, Venice, Italy has implemented a new tourist fee that will impact cruise passengers. The new Venice Tourist Fee will be €5 per person. It is in effect now. The only exception for cruise passengers are those that are under the age of 14 or cruise passengers that will be staying overnight. The aim of the fee is to address over-tourism, and Venice is not charging the fee every day. Looking at the fee schedule, it appears that the fee is only charged for weekend visits and major holidays. Okay, we have 5 cruise news pieces remaining, including the top headlines of the day, but now it is time for our fast mid-show check-in. In the last video, I asked which of 3 listed activities you would most likely do first after you board a cruise ship. We received input from upwards of 5,000 of you, and here are the results. 24% of you said the first thing you would do would be to explore the ship. 63%, the most, said that you would get some food or drink, and 14% said that you would be making onboard reservations. Thanks for your input and super comments. Many of you pointed out the importance of getting that muster drill knocked out too, so that was a good point. Here is today's question. Thinking about a sea day on a cruise, the question is, do you typically spend a sea day A, somewhere on one of the upper decks enjoying the sun, or B, do you find some good indoor activities to enjoy? Chime in down below with your answer. Would love to know what makes a great sea day for you, but now on with the cruise news. Number 6, Regent Seven Seas has announced their world cruise for 2027. The World Cruise will take place on their Splendor cruise ship. It will begin in Miami and it will end in New York. Along the way, the ship will visit 6 continents, 40 countries, and 71 ports of call. It is a luxury cruise line and the prices start at $91,000 per person. That includes all drinks, dining, Wi-Fi, and excursions at every port of call. Number 7, the Carnival Elation cruise ship has received a low inspection score. The Carnival Elation received a score of 89 on its most recent inspection. A score of 86 or above is required to pass. Anything below a 90 is considered to be low in comparison to other cruise ships. 42 total deficiencies were noted on the Elation. This included things such as flies, residue on food service equipment, medical reporting, and things of the such. For the next step, the cruise ship will submit a corrective action report once the concerns are addressed. Moving on to number 8, guests on board Royal Caribbean's Radiance of the Seas cruise ship had their cruise canceled after boarding. The Radiance of the Seas was initially scheduled to depart Vancouver on Friday, and booked passengers boarded the ship as planned. However, they were soon told that the ship would be delayed in port for 2 days as the ship continued to undergo repairs for propulsion issues. But those repairs did not work out and the cruise ended up being canceled. Passengers were required to vacate the ship in Vancouver yesterday. Sad news for the cruisers, each one of them will be receiving a 100% refund as well as a 100% future cruise credit. Next, number 9, the plans for Virgin Voyage's brand new Brilliant Lady cruise ship will likely be announced this week. The Brilliant Lady completed its final dry dock before delivery back in February. However, the plans for its debut have not yet been announced. Well, that is about to change. Virgin Voyages has now announced a live stream that will take place on their website on May 1st at noon. And they have teased that, quote, something brilliant is coming. So it sounds like news is on the way. Stay tuned for updates. Then number 10, Carnival Cruise Line is taking action to help young adults not feel left out when cruising. Once cruisers hit the 18 to 20-year-old range, they can no longer hang out with the teen club. But it can be hard for them to connect with other cruisers their age. Well, Carnival aims to help. Carnival Cruise Line brand ambassador John Hild announced that effective immediately, they will have a meet and greet event for cruisers aged 18 to 20 on the first sea day of every cruise. And this will take place across Carnival's entire fleet. The event will be supervised by one of Carnival's Fun Squad members. The exact time and location for the meet and greet can be found on Carnival's daily newsletter called The Fun Times, or you can find it on the Cruise Line app. Okay, subscribe and turn the notification bell on to stay up to date with the latest cruise news and information. The next video, it'll be coming out soon, but until then, keep on cruising and we'll catch you in the next video.